Hello, we are here for a Cocoa Daisy memory keeping spread. I am going to be using Poppy Fields. I've got some stickers. I'm going to use the stamps. Got my ink pads. But I want to start with a little bit of the watercolor splotches. So I've been asked how I do that, and I am sure there are probably better ways, but this is how I do it. So I've got my mild liner brush pen, and this is just a blending palette that came with some brush pens. And I'm just going to scribble a lot of ink on here. And then I'm going to take a watercolor brush and I'm just going to gently dab some water onto the palette just to kind of get the watercolor going. And then all I do is I take this and I turn it over and I just smush it on the page. And again, and that's it. So I am certain there's probably a more official artsy way to do this. This is how I do it. Works for me, and I get the matching mild liner colors. Off camera, I'm just sort of rubbing the color off, even though I'm using the same color on this layout. If I were switching colors, ta-da! Set that aside. I'm gonna kind of let it dry. And while I let it dry, I'm just gonna grab a piece of scratch paper. And my plan is to use these letters, but I actually don't want them to be blue. I want them to be black. So I am going to quickly color them with a Sharpie. Actually, I think I have an alcohol marker that'll make it faster. So I'm just gonna use this. And then I'm going to use my tweezers just so I don't get black ink all over my finger. So just a very quick layer. Then I've got black. And my goal is to letter the word games, but I've used up all my G's. So I'm coloring a C and an F, and then I'm going to cut off a piece to turn the C into a G. So if you are completely new to stamping, you need some ink. I really like these hybrid ink pads from scrapbook.com. And you have your stamps, so you need to take your stamp off the backing, and then you need some sort of acrylic block, and you push it on there, and then I believe the proper way is to dab the ink pad onto the stamp, but I find it faster to dab the stamp on the ink. So if you're watching a profesh stamper, I think they're gonna do it the other way around. And then this is just a little super thin vinyl plastic that I bought for my Midori, and I like to use it on here. And so we're just gonna dab these clouds. Okay, it's coming together. So after stamping, I just set it aside on a piece of paper and I kind of try to dab the ink off, and then I move on. For this one, I want to outline the cloud in a teal to match. And my plan is to offset this stamp. So I don't want it to be exactly over the top. So just like that. And I think we'll do some above and some below. Just kind of change it up. That was not a clean stamp. That's okay. Okay. And then I really like the word stamps that came with this month. So we're going to use some of these too. And of course, my inspiration for this week is kind of what I did this first week of April, minus the green. So this is my inspiration. And I think I'm going to do a lot of similar stuff. So let's get these letter stickers on here. So again, the C is going to become a G. For Sunday game days, we're just going to line it up on this bottom line. Ooh. Okay. And then for the G, I'm just going to trim there we go. Okay. A little bit of sticker surgery. And now, before I add some black stamps, I wanted to add the journaling spots around where these watercolor lines were, and I'm going to use the same blue mild liner that I used to make the ink blots. So we're just going to go through. This is going to be a little tricky on camera because the angle is a little off. So if I go off camera, I think you guys will still kind of understand what I'm doing. I don't usually use a ruler for this. And so we're just going to start over here. We're going to eyeball this. And then this is where I'm going to do the journaling, and the lines are not perfectly straight. I kind of like it that way. Gives it just a... So for this one, I'm probably going to pull this down, but I will be back. See, there's still a good amount of white space. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna go through and add some of these quote line stamps from the same Cocoa Daisy memory keeping kit. So we're gonna take the cloud off. We're gonna put it back. I'm gonna stick this on here. Make sure it's straight. And then for the black ink, I'm going to use a VersaFine ink pad. And I'm just going to kind of layer this under the clouds to sort of offset some of this white space. Can't see what I'm doing. Go. This one I'm just gonna sort of put touching the cloud a little bit, just because I don't like the look of them perfectly lined up. I'm gonna do the same thing, put this one a little bit higher, and then I think we'll add one down here. And now we're gonna go through and add some of these fun, the story and enjoying this moment. I like this one because you can highlight what you want. Then I think we'll do a couple of the story. So you can see here that I didn't get the best stamp. The Y is not colored in all the way. So all you do is you take a black pen and you color it in. And nobody will know. So I used pictures here, but I'm trying to avoid that because it gets a little bulky. So I like the blue letters. We're going to incorporate that, and then that will be another way of getting a little journal spot. So I'm gonna grab a pencil. I'm just gonna grab a random straight edge, and I think we'll put the letters kind of right here, and we'll do some journaling there, and then I think we'll put it red. So we're gonna layer these reds with the clouds, because that will match kind of what we're doing. So we're just going to tear. And we're going to lastly layer with these. So let's see. The last thing I need is I gotta have some journaling lines underneath here. And I think that we're going to bring in some gray. And then I'm going to use this to make some skinny journal lines to sort of fill in the rest of the page. And I think we're good. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so I'm not loving this page, really. I'm struggling with the use of the gray. I don't love the washi, so I think what I'm going to do is I am going to take a little bit of a break and walk away and see if when I come back, I have some inspiration, because I am not loving this page right now, even though I know it will probably come together when I add the pen. But I'm gonna take a break because I feel like I will just keep adding things and it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get any better. I think this washi tape might solve the problem for me. I'm not loving, I don't know. There's still a lot of white space, like right here. Although I could do a long lean number right here and sort of fill that in. But yeah, we're gonna take a break. So I'm gonna walk away, come back. That's not gonna fix it, but maybe this will fix it. Then you can't tell what it says. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna walk away. I will be back. So I am back and I wanted to let you guys know the changes I made. I took off the flower washi and then I used this rainbow block washi. And so what I did is I just pulled out the red to go behind. And then I added some red clouds, and the butterflies have kind of been the theme, the common thread throughout the month. So I have some green butterflies here. We did rainbow. Then we've got these black time spots, and so then the black butterflies. So there's kind of one common theme throughout the month. And then to incorporate more of the gray, I just highlighted the major word of the journal spot. So I am going to go in, finish the journaling, and then I will share a final photo of the pages.